Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. This is a general reading, a life reading for your sign. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. If you want to stay on for the love reading, or you can move ahead, the timestamp is below. But please don't forget to like and share, like and subscribe, as that does help to move the videos around YouTube as well. Okay, so let's have a look here what we've got. We've got a bit of a mixed bag this time around. We've got the 8th house coming up. The 8th house is to do with a couple of areas, which may be coming up for you at this time. Now, it's indicating Black Moon Lilith here at the bottom, and then at the top we've got Damara guiding children. So this can be your own children or other children that you're involved with. It could be, family relatives and so on, or it could be to do with your inner child as well. Now it depends. The 8th house with the Black Moon Lilith, this could very well be to do with something to do with, it could be to do with your own children. It could be something that you're kind of waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for something to occur, but you haven't quite got a handle on it, or it's not quite clear. There's an undercurrent of something going on. And you're just not sure what it is at this point, and what's going to come out. So there's a little bit of a mystery going on there. And with the 8th house, it could very well be to do with financial situation. That may be coming up, because the 8th house does deal with finance. So this is normally big finance. It's things like investments, insurances, and assets, banking, tax. It's also to do with, legacies and inheritances and things like that. So there could be something to do with that, that is kind of in the area, there's an undercurrent going on. Maybe your children are involved, or you are thinking about certain things to do with them. But there's something going on in the background, but you can't quite get your hands on it. You can't quite get all the pieces together, because there's kind of something, it's like a veiled time. It's like a pregnant pause, if I could put it that way. Okay, so that may be coming in. Then there's also the it could also be to do with aspects around children, but to do with either yourself or your children, or children that you know. There could be an unplanned pregnancy coming in with Black Moon Lilith. That can happen. And this 8th house is the house of intimacy. This is to do with sex and intimacy and sexuality in all its forms. Okay, so that can come in. Also to do with unions, so it could also be to do with you and your person coming together in a more committed union. And this can involve issues around sexuality, around finance. Also, if one or either of you may already have children, there could be issues to do with that, trying to combine families, bringing a blended family in. There could be lots of ways that can come in. But it can also be to do with your own feelings in any one of these issues I've mentioned. And this could be to do with keeping yourself under emotional control. With Black Moon Lilith, sometimes something can come in. It may have nothing to do with actual your children. It could be your inner child that is being affected. All right, and this could be like an angry outburst about something, or some sort of backlash that occurs. Now this could be from you going outward, or it could be coming in. Now the Black Moon Lilith is normally about, as I said, emotional control. And this can be that something, be careful what you say at this time, because there's something that could be said in anger, or in bitterness, or a sort of a vengeful kind of a feeling may trigger something, and that could lead to a major blow up. So just keep yourself emotionally under control. You may have to stand your ground on something in this area. You may have to stand firm about something, but it has also got a very strong rebellious or vengeful feeling about it. It can also be bitterness, or it can be envy, guilt, shame, any kind of fear as well. So, almost like a fear of being overlooked, or a fear of being left out, or a fear of being sort of passed over in some way, shape or form. Now, as I said, this may be to do with family gatherings, and there are children involved, blending families. It could be between you and your partner. It could be in a financial matter. But Black Moon, that is the warning, just emotional control. As I said, there could be an undercurrent that you're picking up, or something is occurring, or you're waiting for something to come out, something that's going to pop out. But I feel just stay in your compassionate mode. We are entering the month of December, and there's a lot of family gatherings that occur at this time, and all sorts of things can come out. And with Black Moon Lilith, you're going to have to keep yourself on a, in your personal power, but not, letting loose, because it really could upset the apple cart quite significantly. You could have a massive blow up. So just be careful with that. But it could also be that you're just waiting for something to occur in this. But it may also be obviously just between you and your person. It could be an intimacy issue, something like that, or it could be an unplanned birth or pregnancy of some sort that may come in for you or your children. Take it as it resonates. It will be quite a big month. Because the 4th of December, there is a solar eclipse, and that is going to be in Sagittarius. That's a fiery energy, and you are a fire sign. So something could be said at that time, because Mercury is in the mix there, and so is Chiron. And Chiron is in Aries, also a fellow fire sign. And Chiron is retrograde, and Chiron is always about either, dealing with past wounds, or the past, or a deep emotional wounding, or some repetitive thing that keeps being suppressed until it gets dealt with. It can in some cases be like a medical mishap, or some kind of we have to visit a health facility. But because it's conjunct Mercury, and I feel it's to do with something that is going to be said or discussed, or some exchange, could occur there. Then you've also got some more energy coming, and this will be Mars this time. And Mars is your will to fight, your action energy, your get things done and going after something. It's a very strong masculine kind of warlike energy. So 8th of December, there will be a bit of an issue between Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is very expansive, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and that is the ruler of that solar eclipse. So I feel there's going to be something may be expressed, or you may be wanting to break free from something. And then also on the 14th of December, Mars will be going into Sagittarius. So again, there's that very expansive energy, or it could also be very opinionated energy. It can also be overboard, over the top, but it's a very expansive energy. It creates vision, So just see how that comes in. And then also there will be, again, a tight energy between 24 and 29 December. And those are all family celebration dates. So I feel this is going to come in somewhere in here. So stay in your compassion energy. Keep yourself reined in, okay? And if there's any drama, just pull back. We'll get to that. There is also the Mary Magdalene unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Okay, so come back to this compassion and unconditional love, and that will help to move things along here without creating bottlenecks or explosive situations. The Mary Magdalene, that unconditional love, that is giving love or support or whatever it may be, giving it outward to others and not expecting anything back in return. Okay, so just be in your compassion energy, see things through a compassionate eye, because everybody is struggling with something, especially now, and this time of the year can be quite an intense period. Okay, so just bear that in mind. We then also have the first house coming in. So now the first house is to do with yourself, your physical self, your physical body, but it can also be about where you're headed in this life. What is your vision for yourself? What are you aiming for? When you set sail, what direction are you going in? It's your outlook, it's your attitude, it's your obviously it's your self-image, but it's what you're projecting outwards to others, what they are seeing when they see you, and what they're picking up from you. So it's also your expression, your opinions, and so on. It can also be a kind of like an awakening, coming into knowledge about something, self-awareness, and all of these factors may be coming in. So again, bear this in mind with this family situation or financial matters. Could be, as I said, could be pressing in on you as well, or it's affecting your children, or it's to do with an inner child issue, or intimacy issues or union issues, something to do with that. And the first house is your expression and what direction you're headed in this regard. Now we have got at the bottom water element sensing, and then at the top we've got a leap of faith. So I feel that there may be some things swirling around at this time, and with the water element sensing card, it can sometimes be a time when you just go within. You just go with the flow and let drama or any storminess pass over you. You just pull up your boundaries and go within and spend a lot of time reading, writing, anything creative or artistic is awesome. Meditation, dreaming, planning, resting, sleeping, because your energy I feel is going to be low. Okay, it's going to be low, and it's coming into your first house, which is your vitality and your life force and things like that. It's actually a preparation period, the water element. It's a time to just let things go over, just go with the flow for now, but spend time on your own, in your own space, do a lot of self-care. And if you don't feel like attending a function or some kind of event or family thing, don't go. All right, just stay in your space, in your place, and get busy with your own creative or artistic things, because that will bring you into the present moment, and it helps to connect you to higher consciousness and bring in self-awareness and awakening, which is important. Okay, and it will also help you to coalesce what it is that you're wanting to do going forward, because the water element card can be a pause before action. So this is like a preparation before you move ahead. So let things pass over you without interference. Don't intervene if something's occurring. Just let it go, especially if it's a family-related thing. And just go within and do your artistic or your creative things, your reading, your writing, self-care, sleeping, dreaming, planning, all of those things. And that will help you. You may just need to watch your boundaries as well, because obviously, again, things come in. You've got the unconditional love and you've got the compassion, so that's great. But don't allow others to take energy from you or take advantage of you while you are in this quieter, compassionate state of mind, you know. Go within and enjoy that peace and quiet, and just be in your own environment and your own artistic and creative things, and that will help you. It could even be musically related, you know, meditation, yoga, whatever it is that you like to do, you know. Go retreat into that, because there's a preparation. I feel that you're preparing for something. Something is coming in, and you just need to take that time to recharge your batteries and your energy, you know. And then when you are ready, when you've formulated what it is you're going to do and figured out what you want to do, and you've received information, because when you're doing these artistic and creative things, your mind gets out of the way, and then that makes space to bring in intuition, which is what we're going to get to. And that's going to bring you intuitive ideas or thoughts or feelings and so on. When you're ready, then we've got honor, leap of faith. Okay, so take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. I feel that you're formulating something, and this is going to determine the direction that you're going to go in, but there's a leap of faith required here. So don't be scared, don't procrastinate, don't suppress what it is that your heart truly wants. It's just saying that there's a risk involved here, and the 9th house can be about risk. There's something that you want to do, or something that you want to put your heart into, or it's something that you've long held in your heart, which is now knocking on your door again. It requires expression of some sort, okay? And you may just need to put a few things in place. You may need to plan a few things. You may need to get your head around certain things. But when you're ready, and when you get the go-ahead, take the leap of faith, all right? And don't be afraid. You've also got endings and beginnings coming in here. So this is a big cycle shift or a change of some sort. And then you're going to see which direction it is you want to go in. But don't be afraid. Leap of faith, honor is with you, and the universe is behind you, especially if you do this preparation and this going within, and that's going to help you a lot. You may also be stressing about finance. The 8th house, as I said, is about finance. You may just be waiting for something to fall, you know, waiting for the other shoe to drop. That kind of feeling may be going on. And it could be financially related, because you've got 5 of autumn here as well. Now, this can be about, it can also be about attitudes or beliefs around lack. Having a lack mentality or a poverty consciousness. If that is the case, then do everything you can to release that and let it go. It can also be unnecessary worry about things. It can also be, you know, like wanting to move forward with something, but you need support or you need to ask for help. So it says here, reach out to others for assistance. It says poor timing for a career change. So I feel that you're formulating and there's time to prepare here. If you are planning something like that, make sure that you get all your ducks in a row and that you analyze things carefully. So do this dreaming and planning and go within, and then you will know what to do. All right. But it says here, feeling challenged by money issues. It can also be, as I said, a fear of lack, or lack consciousness, or poverty consciousness. But it can also be that you just need to ask for help. And this is from your spirit team. It could be from other people around you. Certain people around you that you can request. With the Grand Trine coming in, it could also be that you can approach an institution or some sort of funding to help you. It's a very good time with Grand Trine blessings to ask for a loan or some sort of financial backing or something to do with that. With the Grand Trine blessings, you can be successful in that. Okay, so ask for help. There's something or some facility available to you, and I feel you can do that. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Say a prayer beforehand, do your meditations, go within and get your planning, work things out, what it is that you want to ask for. This is the formulation before action. And then we've got the actual putting the nuts and bolts, the figures and the words together comes in as well. But this is like preparation, and this is gearing up your energy in order to do something. All right. You may want to be starting your own business or doing something along those lines, and this is where the leap of faith comes in. That leap of faith could be a number of things. It could be touching on a number of areas, but it's something to do with the direction that you want to go in. It could even be health related, It could be that you are in a low energy and you may have a health issue, and then there's something that you need to do and something you need to change, perhaps diet or environment. Perhaps you've got toxic things in your environment or toxic things in your diet. Perhaps you're just doing too many things on the media front and you've exhausted your body, because nervous system can come in, and it's coming in with Virgo. So your nervous system could be overtaxed right now. So you may have to make a few changes, formulate what you're going to do, release certain things, and then you will know what to do and take the leap of faith. Okay. Then, as I said, we've got Virgo coming in here. So Virgo is an analyzing energy, but it's quite a soft energy, the Virgo, but it can be very detail oriented. All right, so this is about checking, analyzing things, checking details. Now this can be anything related to what I've talked about. It could be a plan that you're trying together. You may be wanting to get a business plan together, but you're going through the dreaming and the planning and the quietness while you prepare. And then you go into the next phase, which is putting things down on paper. It could be writing words, publishing, things like that. You may be a writer, or you may want to write something, or you maybe want to get coursework ready for something you want to launch. But it could also be figure related. And this is where the 8th house and other indicators are coming in to do with the career change or the finance. You may need to get a business plan together, whatever it is. Okay, this Virgo analytical energy is coming in. But the other side of Virgo is also the analysis paralysis. You could be going overboard with that. Okay, so just make sure that you're not overtaxing yourself. Worrying can come in with Virgo. Virgo can be a real worrywart, and it's unnecessary. You don't need to do it. What it will do is it will create a situation like a negative loop where you draw towards you the things that you're worrying about. So don't worry. All right. Rather spend your time in self-care. Rest, plan, dream, get things sorted out, but be positive about what you're doing. With the 5 of autumn, sometimes you can have a very negative outlook or a very negative attitude towards certain things. You don't want that, okay? You want to be positive. Yes, there is analysis to be done, but you're more than capable of doing it. I can see that in these cards here, more than capable. So just apply yourself when you're ready. It's a sifting and sorting energy. The positive, beautiful aspects of Virgo is that being able to analyze things, to look at pros and cons, also to give advice. You may be giving advice to others. Or if it's not advice for your nearest and dearest or for yourself or your family, then it may be very well advice for others. And this is about pros and cons. This is about giving people options and saying, well, this is what we can do and how this can be done, and this is the plan, that how it will look. So it's that ability to come up with a plan or solutions, or to look at things, sifting and sorting, analysis. Also writing and words, and numbers may come into this calculation, or whatever it is. It can also be to do with decluttering. So it may be that somewhere in your environment, whether it's an emotional declutter or a physical material world declutter, Virgo is very good at that. You may be helping others to declutter as well. So whether this is like through coaching, or whether this is through other intuitive things that you're doing, or practical things, writing or numbers, or however it is, there's some sort of advice that you can give. It's like a service to others. Virgo can very much be about how you can help others, you know. But it certainly is that you know, the decluttering, there may be some of that required in your life to make room for new things, to make room for better things, newer things, things that are more suited to you now at this point in your development. Okay, so take all that into consideration. Very strong detail analysis and weighing, sifting and sorting, and coming up with progressions and probabilities and possibilities, and looking at things, giving a very unbiased view, all of those wonderful Virgo qualities. Also very caring sign, but also tendency to worry, so don't worry. And it can also be criticism or critical thoughts of yourself or of others, and this is where the unconditional love comes in. Okay, come back to this always, especially if you are looking at others critically, whether it's yourself, unconditional love for yourself, or whether it's for others. Come back to this unconditional love. Be in the Mary Magdalene energy. Okay, look her up. She's got these wonderful texts about Mary Magdalene. Come back to your compassion energy, all right, for yourself and for others, and that will help to move the wheels along here, and you will not then be projecting a negative vibe. Okay, you want to be projecting positive things, so let go of criticism, nitpicking, things like that. All right, then we've got here the ninth house. The ninth house is a very expansive house. This is the house of Sagittarius, and as I said, there is Sagittarius energy, particularly 4th of December and 14th of December. So this is a very expansive energy, and it's also about intuition and the understanding of that and the intuitive processes. It's the seeking of truth. So you may be finding out the truth of something, or you may be seeing the truth of something, or you are seeing the path in some way. The ninth house is very expansive, as I said. It's like you meeting the world in some way. You've got the first house here, and you've got a leap of faith. So you could be connecting to other people who are in different countries to you. So they could be foreign. You could be connecting online, or through books, or through writing or coursework. It could be through learning, law, legal matters. The law and the higher courts come in with this. So you could also be learning from a higher learning point of view. So you could be going back to university, or going to university, or going to adult education, or you could be understanding the deeper concepts of law and the legal situation, and also the higher courts, or philosophy, religion, belief systems. Anything like that comes into the ninth house. It can also be adventure and exploration of some sort. Now, this could be travel, long distance travel, or international travel. And this is where the international aspect or foreign aspect comes in. Learning about other kinds of people, you know, where they live, their cultures, visiting places. You may be wanting to go on a journey. There's a number of ways that this can come in. But it's expansion. It's you meeting the world in some way, shape, or form. It can also be, as I said, from a career point of view. It could be publishing, writing, journaling, or journalism. And there's some sort of risk, a little bit of risk attached to this as well, because Jupiter is rules this house, and it's a very expansive house. But it could also be to do with like going on a quest of some sort, if it's a spiritually related quest as well. Now, we've got at the bottom, as I said, grand trine blessings. So some blessings are coming in for you. Now, this can come in a variety of different ways. It could be support. This may be financial. So you may have to ask for support, or you get support from somebody, or some way, shape, or form. But it can also be that blocks and obstacles that you've had in this house may now be lifting away. The ninth house does cover, as I said, publishing, but it also covers teaching, and you've got the children card here. So it's also about working with that, and it's also about public relations and promotions of all sorts. Okay, you meeting the world in some way. So blocks and problems or obstacles that you've had in this house are going to fall away, or they'll be lifted away, or they'll just magically dissolve, and you'll be able to move forward quite quickly. The grand trine does need steering, however. Usually the blessings are in related to things like earned luck, things that you have been working on consistently now start to come back and or start to bring in the blessings for you. It could also be, as I said, rising up of, it could be talents or abilities that you have, or something that you are now recognizing within yourself that needs to be expressed. Some artistic or creative ability, or it could be intuitively based or spiritually based. And this is something that you can express to others. And this is saying that those things can be rising up in you now. It's a case of how you're going to channel that. All right. So whatever you're starting in this 9th house, whatever you're moving towards, make sure that you finish what you start, or you get to your end destination. Don't lose sight of where it is that you're headed with this, because this can bring in a very positive flow, a flow of support, energy, relief. It could also be financial. It could be love. It could be travel. It could be something which is expansive and gives you the wheels to move forward. All right. And you get so busy enjoying this that you kind of lose sight of what it is that you started out doing, because it's a very all-encompassing sort of free movement. You still need to steer your ship with the grand trine. All right. Some people get complacent, unfortunately, under this element. Okay. So don't get complacent. Keep your eyes on where you're going, but enjoy the flow and take advantage of it, because there are going to be opportunities coming in here. Opportunities may be flowing to you now, and it's a case you just got to go after them, try them all, and see what comes in for you. But it's a very expansive energy, and it's a seeking energy as well. Now, having said that, there is also Kali at the top, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So I feel that this may be, to do with blocks or obstacles or things that have been in your way, or clutter. And this is where the Virgo comes in. This could be emotional clutter. You could be realizing something now, or you could be seeing your pathway to a destination which you're planning. But there are going to be some things that you need to let go of. Okay, so some things will end and some things will begin. And this could be a profession, or it could be a journey that you've been on, or whatever, whether that's purely internal or external. But something needs to be released. And she's saying, don't be afraid. There is eclipse energy here. So this could very well be the 4th of December. And as I said, Sagittarius rules the 9th house. So something could be triggered then. Something needs to be released out of your energy or out of your space within this 9th house so that you can bring in the new things. And don't be afraid, all right, because this is necessary, it's important, and it's going to bring in incredible growth for you. There's a lotus there. Lotus grows up through the mud to produce this incredible flower. So that's what it is. It's letting go of all of those things and rising up out of that to be at your very best and to go after whatever it is that's occurring in this 9th house. But you need to let go of your fear, ancient fears, or it could be childlike fears, or it could be any other kind of fear. Let go of your fears and go after this and enjoy this energy, because you're going to go far with it, but you have to steer it and you have to keep your destination in mind. Okay, very expansive energy, but let go of the fear and things that are holding you back. Finally, we have the Sun coming in for you. Beautiful card, nothing negative about this. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Okay, wonderful energy, very sunny, heart-based energy. You may be in the spotlight because, this is the sun shining on you, or you may just feel the sun shining on you in some way. You will feel blessed in some way. As I said, it's coming in for you, but you just got to go through a bit of a process. It's action, it's moving forward, but it's also life force, health, well-being, radiating things, being very influential, but things working, plans that you've put in place, which is what the water element is all about, things coming right for you, and movement, and being in the sun. So very positive energy. Okay, Leo, hope you enjoyed that. Please stay on for the love reading if you would like to. That's following now. Otherwise, take care, and I will see you next time. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your love reading. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. Some of them are following the life reading, which I've already done. So if you want to go back and watch that, the timestamp is down below. But otherwise, this is for you and your person, your significant other, your special someone. Whether you're only just starting out now, whether you've been together for a while, just take it as it resonates for your particular situation. Okay, so we've got, it looks like there's a conflict that has arisen here. You've got opposition coming in. So there's some sort of conflict, whether it's coming from externally or it's between the two of you. Now, this is actually some kind of like a test. This is a test for you. But it really is about something that's risen up to be made conscious, to be seen, to be acknowledged, you know. And I feel it may have come from your person because they've got Pluto. So something may have been said or brought up, or something has risen up, and now you're kind of contemplating the situation. But what this is going to do is going to bring an opportunity for balance, okay? So you need to weigh up your side and their side and come to some sort of middle ground. And this involves interaction. It involves how you relate to each other, and you know, it all comes down to respect and give and take, and all of those things come into bringing a relationship into balance. You know, being supportive of each other. So I feel that there's a bit of a test on the, you know, on the cards on the desk at the moment, and that it's going to involve some sort of discipline. Now, it seems to be that it could be that I feel that there's been a bit of lack of patience, or wanting something to occur, or wanting a specific outcome, and the timing's not right. Okay, it's not right at the moment. Yes, there will be change coming in, but what it is that you're pushing for, what you had hoped, you've got to have some trust and patience in this regard. You know, trust in the universe, and also hearing each other out. You know, hearing their opinion, your opinion, other people's opinion, because there is a possibility of like an inflated opinion as well, or judgment coming in here. So you need to look at it from that point of view. There could also be excessive worry about something, or fears rising up now which need to be addressed. So let's just see where we go with that. But basically, it's about discipline and being, you know, continuing on with what you need to do and carrying on with things as normal until you feel that, you know, the changes upon you now, you can move forward, or whatever is being proposed can be acted on. But just at the moment, there's some trust and faith required here. So we've got full moon in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is coming up very strongly at the moment for quite a few of the signs. And I do feel this is connected to the solar eclipse, which is on the 4th of December in Sagittarius. And then also Mars moves into Sagittarius on the 14th of December. So, you know, and just before that, it will be in Scorpio, and your person is ruled by Pluto, which is Scorpio. So, you know, I feel there's connection here. And this is saying, look at the bigger picture. This is saying that, you know, you need to look at, you may be getting caught up in a whole lot of idealistic detail or minute things, and getting caught up in a whole lot of small things, instead of looking at the big picture, or seeing something that is, you know, you're not seeing the forest, you're just seeing the trees right now. So that's calling for some kind of more expansive look, more expansive view of the situation. You know, it's kind of getting a fuller picture. Full moon is always a result. It's always an outcome. So I feel that something is you're headed to that, or it has already come up. Something has been presented, and you need to look at the bigger picture at this point. It could also be that you need to take a little bit of an adventure, or go on a little trip somewhere, whether it's the two of you or one of you, whichever, just to have a change of scenery and a change of perspective, and get the perspective, you know, get this long-term view, or this wider view of the situation, because I feel you may be so stuck in everything at the moment, or just busy with so many details or worries or concerns, that you're not actually you know, you need to have a change of scenery or a change of environment, just to bring some freshness in, and pull yourself out of that situation. But it's a very expansive energy, and there's possibilities with that, you know, expression, opportunity, luck even could be coming in, and there's some sort of opportunity that is, you know, going to come in for you. This is the divine door. And it says, trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. And it says, have faith and breathe. Okay. So I feel that's exactly, it's summing it up exactly what you need to do. You will get to this fulfillment. Okay. You may be having issues around that right now, but I feel that you're on the path, and just go with what needs to be done and let go of, trying to rush things, or, riding roughshod over other people and their opinions or their views or their feelings at this time. These things can happen in the heat of the moment, So, just pull back and get yourself in a sort of a more centered state, and then I'm quite sure you will see what needs to be done. Your energy we've got here is Libra, the idealist. So you could have a very ideal or idealistic view of how things should be, and this is what you're aiming for and so on. And there's nothing wrong with having aspirations, in that regard. But it could also be, on the other hand, you could also be quite indecisive about what needs to be done here. It could be that, Libra can be either one of those things. So just see what it comes in for you. But I feel that you have a very set view of how things, or how you want things to manifest, and the timing's not right, or there's some aspects that have yet to fall into place, and you've just got to be balanced and be in your be disciplined about what it is, and let go of judgment, and having a very set view that is almost impossible for somebody else to meet, because they've also got things that they are working from. You need to be working towards that harmonious quality, which is the Libra quality. But I feel some humility for the workings of the universe is required here, just to understand that this is a process and a journey, and that step by step you will get where you need to be. Now your person, for you, your divine door is this one here, and it's freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. So as I said, there's nothing wrong with dreaming about what it is you're aiming for, and working towards, and having all of those things, but it's the detail and the timing of it, and bringing things into balance with everybody, whoever's involved in this, bringing it all into to create a tapestry. I feel that is what it is, where the things are needing to be worked out. But there's nothing wrong with being in that dream state and imagining what it is that you want. But be more flexible as well, because there are some things that may need to be worked on here as you go along. Now, we've also got, for your person, they've got Pluto. So they are going through some sort of transformation or cycle shift. They could also be airing things which fears, or long-held painful things, or just an opinion, or some aspect may be rising up in them at this time. And, they may be going through a regeneration or a renewal of some kind as well. So they may be quite fixed in what it is they're doing, but they are transforming, and they're going through that. And there's going to be a fair bit of things that need to come out. They could be in quite an intense frame right now, but I feel that they will, they're just going through the process, They are, I feel, just airing a few fears at the moment. This could be fears attached to long-held situations, which could be family related, like programming, or it could be related to previous relationships, things that happened in their life, and they may be grappling with a few things because something has changed, or some aspect is coming in here, and they may just be seeing the threads of a previous situation which they'd never really dealt with, so that may be coming up at this time. But it's important to note for them, this is their divine door, a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation and goal, blessed is the body, mind and soul. So really love needs to be the focus here, no matter what, through any transformation or regeneration or renewal. If you focus on love and make that your foundation, then you won't be afraid. This person won't be afraid to move forward and go into new like unknown territory. I feel that's what the situation is here, because the Sagittarian energy is quite an adventurous energy. It's an explorative energy, and it may just be that Something is requiring that of you. And Leo is a fixed sign, and your person may also be of a fixed nature or a fixed sign, and they don't like to change, you know, or a Leo energy doesn't like to change necessarily. So it could be that there just are a few fears which have arisen up in relation to that. Then we've got here change beckons. This was the bottom of the deck. So change beckons, the path is shifting, the road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. So it seems like something has come in, something that is going to create expansion for you. But you have to come into balance about it. You have to get onto the same page with you. You and your person have to be on the same page. And there's going to be patience. There's going to be sort of discipline required here, and listening to all sides of the situation, and not to be rushing forward, okay, at this time. Fulfillment is coming in, I feel. Then we've got here the bottom of the astrology deck is Chiron, healing. So as I said, I feel that you or your person, but I think it might be your person, is kind of reliving a little bit of trauma or releasing things from the past. As I said, it could be parental, it could be attached to some other situation in their life, or that is now occurring in the relationship. It could be past relationship things. Something has kind of risen up, and Chiron is often to do with things from the past that never got resolved properly, or your energy is trapped there. It could even be something that you went through earlier on, and if you've been together a long time, you know, and something can sometimes repeat again, and this can be an old wounding, whether it's an emotional wounding, or it can also sometimes be a physical wounding, like an old injury or something like that, and that can be flaring up, and it may require medical treatment or sort of an unexpected visit to a facility of some sort. But that often, you know, when you've got to go back to the original event to see what was going on around that original injury, and quite often there are feelings around that original injury which never got resolved, and those can sometimes flare up. But quite often it's an emotional wounding, and it could even be a repetitive thing that comes up every so often to be dealt with. And once this person or the two of you together sorts it out, goes through the healing process, does the forgiveness ritual, and lets go of that trauma or that fear and the self-doubt or any kind of sensitivity around things, just let go of that to move forward, then that a great healing will occur, and then those things shouldn't come back again. It's a kind of a cleansing, you know, but it requires a forgiveness rituals, releasing your energy or your person's energy from that original event, and making amends, finding healing, going through the healing process. It's a personal development thing. But it's also, you know, wisdom through pain quite often is what Chiron is about. So I feel there's healing that is required here. Something needs to be healed so that you can move on. We've also got bottom of the Moonology is nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. So void of course is normally a delay or some sort of, it's usually a period of introspection, or non-movement or non-action. So you carry on with your normal routines, but you don't initiate or make big moves in a direction just yet. So it's like a delay, or things are on hold. In some cases, it means that you know, you've just got to sit tight and wait for the things to change. It could also be that something that one or either of you is worrying about may actually not come to pass. Nothing will come of the situation. So some energy is being put into a worry or a concern, and nothing will come of it. Okay. The other aspect of void of course moon is that it can be related to a situation has arisen, and you may have been distracted and missed it, or you've missed an opportunity of some sort, and now you want to dive in to fix or go after it or change it or make it better. But you can't at the moment. There's a delay. And you've just got to wait for the timing to come in again. When the void of course moon happens, the moon is between signs, it's in the shadow period, so things are not what they seem, okay? Things are not what they seem. Just come back to that. You've got to wait for the timing to shift, and then you can move forward again. So have trust and faith in the universe, do the healing, go through the internal work, rest, recover, dream, plan, do all of those sorts of things, and get over whatever has occurred here and wait for the timing to shift, and then you can move forward. Okay, Leo, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.